Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, January 14th. Looking at the last bunch of days. Oh, in the market profile. I think we are. There we go. Sorry about that. And I'll tell you what, nice volatility today. We've had decent volatility so far this year. This one was pretty exciting, pretty weird. A volume which was good the first time frame, then totally dried up as we grinded higher, picked up from my period on. So as of right now, we're just under the day's average, but with the after hours, we should be average or better. The opportunities from both sides today. I did 4 trades today, all from the short side, and not one of them was during this trending period. So I said this morning, right before we opened, we sold off and we got right below. Remember, we had the price probe and the price spike. I said if it opens below there and doesn't get above, I'd look to take a put play. That's exactly what happened. Opened, drove right above it, but really light volume. Took a decent sized position, and then it just flushed within, I think it was 26 seconds I was in that trade. It flushed right down to the afternoon pullback low. That's what I said was going to be my destination, right? Sell it here, look for pocket, afternoon pullback low. Well, it got right there. I was out of that trade. It was a great trade in 26 seconds. Then I did nothing in B. Now, the ES never took out A's low. The SPY one time frame down, believe it or not. Only by 2 ticks, but we did. Then C period took out B and A's high. But again, I took a put position, not nearly the size I did up here. Took a put position. I wanted to see if we were going to get accepted above, right? Just going above it doesn't mean it's accepted. And it came back in again for me. We went back and forth through the opening, through the price spike and probe, and through last week's high, 4 time frames. So there was a lot of indecision here. So at that point, I wasn't worried taking the short. And C came right back in for me. So that was the second trade, and I was very happy with it. Now, I could have taken a long. The best long for me on the day would have been in either D or E period. D got down right above the opening, right at last week's high, right at all this stuff. It got below these a little bit, but then started one time framing up. And then E also gave you a chance. It didn't even get below the price probe or spike or last week's high. Now, I didn't take it, but if you got long here, it was a very nice trade because then we had 4 sets of single prints going. It was just grinding up. We didn't even have that big a range at the time. Very light volume. We got to within 7 cents of the overnight all-time high in SPY. So I certainly wasn't shorting it up here. And since I didn't buy it where I thought the best buy would have been, I just watched it. But the market was telling you to do nothing but be long from that point on until I period took out H's high. Now, at some point, I was looking for two-sided trade to go sideways. Right? There's always two-sided trade. It just depends on who's getting the better price. I was looking for it to go sideways. I was looking for a time frame where we didn't take out the previous time frame's high to get some kind of balance, and then maybe I would have taken a short. But didn't get that opportunity as another silly headline again literally wiped out 4 sets of single prints, the trend day in 2 minutes. And it changed the entire tempo of the day. The entire tempo. So after 4 time frames battling, right? You always get that initial battle usually at a very visual point. Well, that was back and forth through the opening, back and forth through the probe and spike, back and forth through last week's high. Buyers finally won out, and it takes one headline to wipe it out. And the tempo totally changed. Went down in J, made a new low. Now, at that point, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I was flat. I had no position. The question was, and I said this, are we going to just make a new low and come back into balance and then start trading back to POC, or are we going to start a trend day down? Well, it did the first thing we said, traded back up. But now, because the tempo had totally changed, I was looking for the afternoon rally high, and I got it. Did nothing in J, K started, took out J's high, I started at value high, shorting it right again at the price. I'm not sorry, at yesterday's high, and then took a nice sized chunk right around K's high. I did not think after the tempo changing we were going to take out the high. Did not think that. We were ready, 6 wide. So my goal was to see it come back down. And that's exactly what it did. And just rode it down, started taking some off at POC, took the rest off at value low. And one more trade, the fourth short trade was M period. Since the tempo changed, I was looking for it to go up, get 9 wide, and then roll over. Got up there, got 9 wide, took the short, came back down, basically at value low again, got out of it. I thought we were going to get a price probe. We didn't get that, and actually it's trading up pretty decent after the close. So 4 plays on the day, all from the short side, all were very good. Value ends overlapping to higher. Volatility's back, which is a good thing. All right, destinations for tomorrow. So we have 4 on the upside. And also one other thing before I do that. When J took out B's low, that was a price spike. But the reason it's not being counted, see, we had the price spike here above F and then the price probe, but we closed above F. So that's why it became a destination and where buys should be. The fact that J came down but we closed above it means the price spike failed. We know if a price spike fails before the end of the day. We don't know if it does on a probe. Okay. Upside, 327.63, 9 wide. Then the afternoon rally high, K's high, 328.06. 328.62, today's high and all-time high. And then 328.69, overnight all-time high. Downside, we don't have anything to today's low of 326.84. Then we have the single prints from yesterday. So that proved to be a really nice spot. They held them again, right? I know the ES doesn't have them, but we had a trend day yesterday. Held yesterday, held today. 326.75, get filled at 72. 325.92 daily low. 325.20 daily low. Okay, and I'll stop there. And then quickly, chart-wise, we'll do the weekly and the daily. Weekly, again, I'm still keeping it balanced to up. If we stay up here for the rest of the week, then I would keep it up in one time frame and up for 2 weeks. But I do want to see, I mean, again, it's only Tuesday. I want to see we stay above those this 324.89 level by the end of the week. And then I'll call it up. Daily, again, calling it balanced to up. We are one time framing up 2 days. We were getting decent distance away from that previous week's high and the daily high until that headline absolutely took the wind out of the sails of this market. So we'll see. We'll see if that is just a blip on the radar, or are we going to see, let me go back here. Are we going to see, this is the level I've been talking about. Now again, it's still balanced up. We have to take out these 2 lows that are in the 325 level, but there's a vacuum. I keep saying that, but there is there down at that 322 and change level that makes me wonder at some point if we come out of this balance to the downside, do we get there fairly quickly? We'll see. We'll see if today's tempo change wakes up the bears a little bit and gets them back in the game tomorrow, or was it just a one-time thing and we make new highs again tomorrow? Hope you had a great day trading. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.